So a couple days ago, my daughter and I went on a little drive because she was just kind of not doing so well with all this quarantine craziness. She's an extrovert, and so this is really hard for her. And I'm an outgoing introvert, so it's hard for me in different ways because now I'm around my family all the time. But so we sat down in the minivan and we were just chatting, and I kind of called her out and I said, I think what's happening is that you haven't accepted that this is your life now. Like, this is our current situation, that this quarantine is like real and that you are stuck here, and that, we have that's just what is like, that you can't go to school, and and that she's home with us now because she was living in a different state to go to hair school. And I give her the analogy of, like, I said, it's kind of like you're arguing with a fire. Like, there's like a fire in front of you and you're like yelling at the fire and you're like, why are you here? Like, leave me alone. I don't like fire. It's making me hot. It's making me uncomfortable. Like, get away. And she's just yelling at this fire and arguing with the fire that is, growing and that is present and that doesn't care what she says. It's there. I said, you're arguing with it. You're fighting with it. And you haven't like quite accepted that this is what it is, And I was telling her how in my life, there was a time when I was really, really frustrated by someone. And I remember my mom sitting me down and saying, well, you're expecting this person to be kind of like, it's like wanting a Chihuahua to be a bulldog. And so my mom kind of like gave me that analogy. I'm such a visual person. I used to be a photographer for like 13 years. And so I was like, oh my gosh, you're right. Like, I was really frustrated because I wanted this person that that was frustrating me to be something they weren't. And I think sometimes during these times, many of us are still fighting it. And once we accept things the way that this is how it is, and just really accept it, or accept people, like, this is how they are, and we stop like arguing with the fire, then it's easier to deal with it. We move from a place of, once we accept it, then we move to adapting, and we learn to adapt to it, and we accept it as our new normal. And so I just wanted to share that with you because I figured it might help some of you that are still like, I don't like this. And guys, I don't either. It's not my favorite, but there have been some blessings from it, and I've grown from it, and so has she. And so it was really interesting because I noticed that the day after we had that conversation, she was so much happier. And I was like, is it because you've accepted it? And she's like, yeah, I've just accepted. This is my life. This is how it's going to be for a while. I don't know how, accepting the unknown and the uncertainty. And she was just a lot happier. So I wanted to share that with you in case this helps you to be a lot happier too in these times of uncertainty.